Hello everyone, I welcome you to my channel. I know this is very unexpected because I always make videos in Czech, but this time I just thought, okay, maybe even other people, not just Czech people, are interested in my travels in this case. And that's why I decided to make this whole video in English. I hope that's not a problem. I'll just say a few words about me packing as well before I get to the travel part. As you might know, I'm staying here for another 2.5 years minimum. I'm planning actually to stay much longer, but I just decided to bring so much stuff back to Korea, and I was packing like crazy. I used those bags that you can reduce the air inside, so you can actually fit much more in your luggage. I had to pack all my stuff like 5 days prior to departure, which is very unusual for me. I usually pack like the last night, you know, very last minute. But this time it was different, and I think it was a bit more stressful as well because my greatest worry was that I will exceed the limit, and then I would have to cut the foil that I already had it wrapped in and throw something out. So when I finally got to the airport, I found out my main luggage was actually exactly 30 kilos, so not gonna lie, that was very close. Let's move forward. The last stage before you get to the gate, you get this shield mask that you're supposed to wear throughout your entire journey. So basically you can't take it off except obviously when you're eating or drinking. Yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable, but it wasn't as bad as I expected. I even slept with it on my face. I flew with Qatar Airlines, so we had to stop in Doha, and it would be probably pretty much okay because I was supposed to stay there for only like 2 hours and then fly straight to Incheon, but at the time there was a typhoon in Korea, so my flight was postponed to like 4 in the morning. Luckily for me, they at least offered free food. What surprised me in Doha was the first thing they told us is like remove your shields, so we could actually walk around with just our masks on. So that was nice but surprising. The waiting was terrible, but it always is, so I'll just skip that and get straight to my flight to Incheon. When we landed in Incheon, it was already like 7 p.m. I think, so it was evening and I was very exhausted. It was still raining, was cold and windy, but the fun part was just about to begin. On the plane, you received a few papers to fill, like this questionnaire, and it was asking you whether you experienced any symptoms within 14 days prior to your departure. And there were things like obvious things and headache as well. And when I got to that point, like everyone is having headaches, right? So it's not something saying I have corona. They put a big emphasis on how much you would have to pay if you lied. So under this huge fine, I was like, okay, that's quite a pressure. I'll just be honest, and I filled in honestly that I had a headache. Wow. Also, I have this minor health issue with acids in my stomach, just getting up to my almost throat, so it causes like a bit of sore throat from time to time. So obviously I experienced that. Oh well, so I was being honest, and this is what happened. The moment I handed the papers to the official, he sent me straight away to this little checkpoint where I got my temperature measured again, even though he just did it. And I filled a questionnaire with the ladies working there, and they sent me to the doctors because I experienced the symptoms and I could possibly have corona, right? So I talked to the doctor, I told him what's my situation. I don't think this is anything serious. I basically stayed home. There wasn't any contact with someone who has it, so please just let me go. So even the doctor decided there's no need to take the test, then I'm probably fine. I proceeded to another checkpoint where I was installing this quarantine app that just kind of spies on you, and you're supposed to fill twice a day your temperature, whether you have fever or any symptoms, and so on and so on. I got to the final checkpoint, and at that time someone called me on my Korean phone number, and I knew that's definitely from the airport. So I picked up the phone, and the lady was asking me where I am and that I need to come back. I could already sense what was going on, and the lady at the desk, she seemed really mad at me for picking up the phone. She's like, no, you're not allowed to pick up phones like at this point. I told her, yes, I know, I'm aware of it, but they are definitely calling from the airport. So I couldn't properly understand what they were saying, and I wasn't exactly sure how that checkpoint was called. So I handed my phone to the lady at the desk, and even though she was really, how do I say, she wasn't really happy about it, she explained where I am, and they picked me up saying, okay, you still need to do the test right here. Oh man, I was almost all the way through. It was just one step away from claiming my luggage, but they called me back to take the test. Okay, so I went back and I filled so many papers that I literally have no idea what they were saying. And I asked this person, so how am I gonna get to Gwangju, because I paid for Airbnb to spend my quarantine here. And he said, you're not going to Gwangju today, and I was like, wow, that's surprising. I'm just letting you know this can also happen to you, so you know, so you're prepared. For example, my boyfriend arrived a bit earlier than I did, so they did do the test on him as well, because I think he had a runny nose or something, and he was just stuck within the airport without water, without food, on literally one place, basically on the floor, with aircon going crazy above him. Oh no. Actually, I ended up much better than him, so this is what happened. They always send a person with me saying, yeah, follow me. I went there, and we got to the place where you usually claim your luggages, right? And it was just my luggage, nothing else, just one in the middle of nothing. There was no one. I was lucky I was in Korea, because somewhere else it would probably just get stolen. I grabbed my two super heavy luggages. I'm telling you, the cabin luggage was probably like 10 kilos. I had my backpack as well, which I didn't mention before, and it was also very heavy, probably like 6 or 5 kilos. I'm so glad they didn't check on that. Anyways, I thought it was pretty rude that everyone was just letting me carry my stuff, and I had so much stuff in my hands. I was carrying all the papers, my passport. I had like a jumper or something in my hand as well, and this cabin luggage. Oh man, the exhaustion level was like growing. Finally, I got to the point where they helped me to put my luggages in this kind of minibus that was prepared for transporting people who might have corona or not. So safety, top notch. And they took us to this facility that was, I think, literally next to the airport. It was like 3-4 minutes on the bus. and we were just placed in the rooms for free. It was for free. I know, I'm very surprised as well. I could finally take a shower, and they also asked me whether I'm hungry or not, so they will send me some food. They were considerate enough to ask me if I eat meat or if I have any special diet, so with a little bit of sorry, I said, yeah, I don't eat meat, so can you please get me something vegetarian? And they actually did. I was mind blown. So I got water, I got food, I got a nice shower. All I needed, except Wi-Fi. And yeah, I also had a TV, which is, yes. As my dinner, I had this lovely bibimbap, which is like a traditional Korean food for those who don't know what it is. It was lovely, had some nice cold water, there was a blanket, there was a pillow, it was a nice bed, it was super clean. Literally everything I needed at that point. When I got into the room, they told me that someone will come and do the test on me. So within a few minutes, there was this person, you know, fully covered and everything. She did the COVID nose test, and it wasn't nice. It wasn't. I did it before in Czech Republic, and it took only like a minute or so. But this time, oh man, they were very precise. So finally I was able to get some nice sleep, and since I knew it will take like 7-ish hours to get the results, I set my alarm to 7 a.m. So they called me 6:20 in the morning saying they have the results. They were negative. Wow, very unexpected, right? I'm not gonna lie, I was happy I got the tests done. Everything was for free. I had a nice sleep, I had a nice food. Totally satisfied with the government service there. I wrapped my stuff back up and I was ready to leave. It was before 8 a.m. when I got out, and it was perfectly planned. They took us back to the airport where we had to receive like this sticker saying that we are negative, and they put us in lines for each part of Korea where you're supposed to go, and it was especially supervised. Basically, you're getting help wherever you are going. So they took us to this town nearby Seoul where we were supposed to take a KTX train. As the bullet train, it's probably the most expensive way of transport, and that was not for free anymore. It was so well organized, I was very shocked. There was a special car within the train that was just for people who traveled from abroad, so no one else would get infected in case someone has it, right? I was so stressed, thinking, how am I gonna get there? How am I gonna get to the Airbnb? And whether I can take a taxi? Probably not, because, you know, potentially I need to be in quarantine. So it was a lot, and my head was about to explode. As soon as the train door opened, there was a person who waited for us, and he escorted us to another checkpoint, where they asked us about our travel, they asked us where we're staying, where we do our quarantine, whether we have a pickup. But since I was traveling on my own, I didn't have a pickup, so I told them so, and they arranged me, just for me, a minibus that took me right in front of my Airbnb. So yeah, and this is the place where I was about to stay for 14 days. I hope it at least gave you some insight into how it goes and how well prepared Korea is. And I was so happy with my travel actually. In the end, Korea handles the situation really well. And I wish to all travelers the best of luck. Thank you for watching this video. I know I don't sound the best because obviously not a native speaker. And I've been focused on Korean only past few years, so please accept my poor English, and thank you. Thank you so much for watching this, and hope to see you again.